Hey everyone, Kubo here and welcome back to my Chrono Cross playthrough. Today we are going to hop aboard the cruise ship SS Zelbess and see what we can do to get into the Dead Sea or the Sea of Eden. We will use the two interchangeably because we can. First thing I want to do is go past this rather easy screen where I failed to get on the ladder. And what we need to do, we need to see what's up with the Isle of Marbule. And if the sage here can give us the access we need to enter the Dead Sea, Sea of Eden, again, use the two interchangeably. So how do we do this? The first thing we need to do is find the sage. We'll find the sage in the room nearest the area we can't, there's blocked off to us, would perhaps be more accurate. So we tried to talk to this guy. He's not going to let us through without the captain's permission, so we need to start getting the captain's permission. And, I wonder what this old mysterious dude is. We're going to let him through. He clearly is of no relevance to the plot whatsoever. I mean, I'm sure the portrait is just something to throw us off. So, we're going to let the person of no insignificance go and mop the floors, except he was the leader of Marbule. He would have been the sage. We should have asked him. And it looks like the Grand Slam is like a coliseum of sorts, like in Final Fantasy VI. And how many times can I say like in one sentence? Okay, so we need the captain's permission, so let's go talk to the captain. We will find the captain not here, we need to go upstairs. It's quite easy to get lost here, just a fair warning. And shockingly, the Skull and Crossbones is where we will find the captain. Ooh, he seems to be having a rather private conversation with somebody he hasn't met in a long time. I wonder what past she's talking about. And how is a mermaid able to stand up on land? Has to have sick core muscles. Looks like they definitely know each other. So, Marcy. First time we've spoken about Marcy outside of the Dragoons. Must be the same person. And it turns out Lucia, who we met, if you remember, in Viper Manor, she's the one who set the Neo end bulbs on us. So clearly she tried to save Zelbess and Marcy, but could only save Marcy and basically became her foster mother. So this means that Fargo must be Marcy's dad, and Nikki would be Fargo's son as well. Okay, that makes sense. So Fargo did the dirty with a mermaid and has two kids. One of which we have fought multiple times. And the other one is Nikki, who, if you did one of the other routes into Viper Manor, you would have in your party. Okay. So we need the song to save Marbule. The two people who know it. One is dead, and the sage, it sounds like he's captive on this ship. And the spirits, the Lagoonate spirits we saw earlier, are clearly infesting the isle now. And Fargo's trying to save it, and in its process, doom it. Okay, that makes sense. Fargo wants Marbule to be left well alone, and in the process, bad things are happening. Very selfish. Clearly trying to keep it in a form of stasis or something. I could not say. But anyway, we need to we need to get into the Grand Slam so that we can talk to the Sage. So we want to go through to the Grand Slam, but we don't want to take part in the Grand Slam. We just want to talk to that old man. And we're going to accidentally give away that we're from Marbule. Well, that's unfortunate, and Fargo's going to straight up lie. So, what are we going to do? If Fargo's not going to give us permission, and the sage is on the other side of that locked door, what are we going to do? Well, turns out Fargo wants to do something. He wants to make a wager. And it looks like we're going to play a game of luck, a game of chance. And we're going to gamble our boat docked by the entrance. Now, if you're familiar with casino owners and their reputation for winning games of luck, you know exactly how this is going. So what we want to do is that we want to go down to Vegas down here. And we're going to meet somebody lose this game that seems based on roulette. His name is Sneff, which is the noise I make whenever I'm coughing right now. I am still recovering from whatever I had. Again, he has a portrait, so therefore he must be of some importance. So, Sneff has built up a debt, so now Fargo owns him. So it kind of sounds like slavery, but with extra steps. Okay, going to take a sip of my coffee. He'll clear everyone else's debt, probably because they have no talents, but Sneff has a rather unique talent that we will discover very shortly. Why else would he have a portrait? If you have a portrait, you're either a character, a shop, or a boss. I guess we're about to find out. Okay, so, time to explain the rules. Basically, we are going to play a game where we are going to spin the compass in the bottom right hand corner. It will point north, east, south, or west. If you point north, you win double. If it points south, you lose everything you have. So the idea in a head-to-head version of this game is that we don't want the compass pointing south. So Fargo will go first. It will land on east. Spoiler alert, you cannot win this game. So south, we lose. This game is rigged. So, we lose the ship, so now we can't get off Zelbess. Which is slightly problematic. The pirate says he won the game fair and square, but as we all know, that is not true. That cannot be true. So what now? Well, first thing we need to do is we need to rest up. Let's go rest at the inn. We probably need to think about this overnight. What's this guy doing? And what's that cat doing? Why shouldn't the cat go up there? What's going on? Something's fishy. Thanks, Harley. So we need to move around freely like the cat. So what are we going to do? Well, we probably need to speak to a magician. Wow, who saw that one coming? So, we need to go watch a magic show. Who runs the magic show? None other than Old Man Sneff. Hello, sir. So, we're going to watch some magic. First up would be this young lady. And the dodgy old man promises that she is completely safe. Which cannot possibly be true. Okay, looks like something is going to happen. She's either going to fly or float or crash through the ceiling. Yeah, she's going to float. Oh, by the way, we're not watching this magic show because it's fun. This is actually one of the things you have to do. So 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! She is now stiff as a board. Just like my chair is really stiff and that's why it keeps squeaking. And now the fat person is able to jump on her and everything's okay. Looks like Sneff will be super useful. Apologies, it sounds like someone in my flat just dropped something. It's all good. If you hear any noises like that, then you know what it is. Well, Jill's perfectly back to normal. And time for this guy. Captain Cynicism here. And just like Jill, we've got a Jack as well. Ah, this guy can perform catamorphosis. Yes, I did have to practice that word. Ah, he's a cat. Hooray! And he's back to normal. See, it's perfectly harmless. And that guy is scarred for life. So what did we learn? We learned that Sneff is a magician. And don't mess with magicians. Okay, time to head out. Now what do? We need to actually watch another performance. That's right, you have to go out and come back in. And we now need to speak to Sneff once again. And he will happily turn us into cats. I would like to volunteer, that'd be amazing. Thank you very much. Now, he's going to turn us into cats and we can do one of two things. We can either run away before he can catch us out the door, or we can let him catch up to us and this happens. If you run out the door, you can just freely roam the ship, but if you get caught, you get this little scene, which I find hilarious. I was going to originally completely skip this, but I'm trying to show more of the do some more showing than telling, let's say. So, turns out Sneff very much his back is done, and we're transformed into cats, and there's no trick behind the magic. An old troll gave me a mysterious berry during my travels long ago. Something about the bend of time. And now he can transform people into cats. And vice versa, luckily. So, we need to progress the plot a bit. And that involves going to the inn and finding out what we can do upstairs. You'll also notice that the salt and pepper of this homeworld are actually performers and they don't particularly like Sneff. And that's that. Okay, time to leave the magic show for now. Time to also make our way to the... No, we don't go to the inn yet. That's a lie. I have lied to you. Whilst that is technically what we need to do next to advance the plot, there are some optional things we can pick up in here. The first thing we can pick up is this very useful frying pan AG-47, which is gold or silver, one of the two, I can't remember. Anyway, talk to this cat that looks just like one of the other cats, and he'll claim to really be in charge of the ship, and we get the monster mouth frame. A reminder that if you want me to change the frame, just simply leave a comment and tell me which frame you'd like to see. I will happily switch them. I am open to whatever frame. I have a personal favourite. It's not this one, but I'm keeping it default for now. Okay, we're going to head to the inn. And we're going to head up these stairs. Aha! Turns out the game is rigged. They're using magnets. Who saw that one coming? Also, his back recovered very quickly. All it took was us finding a frying pan. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Whilst this guy is looking directly at us, we're going to take the handle and we're going to get out of there. Very easy. Okay, now that that's done, we've done everything we need to do as a cat. Now we need to confront Fargo and his dastardly schemes head on. And I have once again gone upstairs when I didn't need to. We're going to head down here, back into the magic show. There's salt and pepper, and we need to just go in this cubby hole here. Here we go. Sneff will now change us back. Now that we've done the plot things. And once again, he needs to get into performance mode in order to do what he needs to do. Because if he messes this up, we are in some serious doggy do. Alright, there we go. We are human / demi-human again. So, he needs to stay on the ship. He will even offer us a cup of tea in the future. Good for you. Anyway, there's no time for drinking tea. There's a pirate to confront, so let's go do that. Let's speak to Fargo once more and see what's going on. Looks like Nikki and Fargo are once again having a private conversation that perhaps we shouldn't be interrupting. And Nikki seems to know the deal. He needs the Sage of Marbule to do something. True beauty is found within a dying entity. Oh, Fargo. Oh, man. And turns out you and I have a contract, because that's how he deals with everything, apparently. Father-son relationship equals contract. Possession. God, this, again, slavery with extra steps. Nothing but a mere object. I mean, sure. Fargo has a very weird way of protecting people. How do you not know this? God, Fargo's a piece of scum in this world, isn't he? How do you not recognize him? Man is not as strong as you think. True. Anyway, sorry for interrupting your clearly very private conversation where a big revelation happened that is probably going to mess with your mind, but I need my boat back. Okay, so I wonder what we're giving up this time. Who knows? Guess there's only one way to find out. We must once again head downstairs to Vegas. I like you said, I thought you chickened out when clearly all we did was go down some stairs. And because we took the handle out and they can't rig the game, it's exactly the same result as last time when Sneff lost and Fargo loses. So now we get access to the Grand Slam, we get our boat back as well, but it's interesting that Fargo let us play for free. How did we get hold of that handle? Looked up on GameFAQs. Okay, let's go. That's true. When I first played this game, I got stuck on this ship, and I had to look it up on game FAQs or GameFAQs. Good times, man. Good times. Anyway, we now get access to the Grand Slam, and once again, I get slightly disorientated, even though I've played this particular section 5 times. Okay. Let me through. We need access to the Grand Slam. Except we don't. We need access to one person and one person only. So, we need to go in and out of these doors until we bump into this sage. You could try and follow him, but ultimately, all you have to do is go in and out 3 times, and you will bump headfirst into him. Like so. In regards to the Grand Slam, we're not going to do it right now, even though there is a character we can recruit there. We need a better setup than what we've currently got. So we need to ask him about the Dead Sea. And humans have stolen our land along with the legendary treasure. Yes, the demi-humans sure do love the humans. I guess you would have that view though if all you saw was the poor army invading Termina and Fargo being your boss. This is very, very sad. And also the dwarves and the fairies also hate humans. Will you go as far as to use brute force? Yes, we will. Alright, Sage, 1500 hit points, 7 action points, innate white. As with most things here, we want to open up with Sprig. Going to do weak attacks into level 5. Really hoping he wouldn't miss a 90% attack, but, you know, it's to be expected at this point, honestly. We get level 5, fortunately, and we're going to use Lagoonate. Right now, Lagoonate is the only good doppelgang that we'll be using with Sprig. We will be picking up some others later, but right now, this is more than good enough. Okay, Lynx needs to get in on the action. We need to use a 1 and then a Strengthen on our friend Lagoonate. There we go. Okay. We also need Harl to get in on the action. Harley. I'm pretty sure it's Harley. Who knows at this point? I keep switching. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is I need to cast Turn Black on Lagoonate. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to get in some attacks here. We're going to get in a 1 and a 3. Okay, there we go. Now, because we missed out on an early attack with Sprig, we do need to actually push an extra 1 stamina so that Lynx can get off 3 2s. And then this strategy should be very familiar. We're going to be using 2s with Lynx and 3s with Lagoonate. Now, fair warning, if one of your characters dies, and they may well do, you need to use Harley's revive. If Harley is the one who dies, flee the battle and do it again. You need everyone to get good stat growths, or just stat growths, and they miss out if they're dead. Just as a fair warning. Rather unfortunately, this is the second time I'm doing this fight, simply because in the first one, Harley died, and that was really unfortunate. Okay, but we do get the growth level. No strength for Lynx. Strength and magic for Sprig, that's good. Strength and magic for Harley as well. Do we need to heal? We do not need to heal. We'll have plenty of opportunities later on. Okay. So, Sage knows that we're serious about the Dead Sea now. But he does warn us, new gates, new problems. And we get the Fiddler Crab. a crab that plays the fiddle, clearly. Okay, so we need to find an opening. And then Nicky will somehow make his way in. And ask the sage about the Song of Marbule. And the sage doesn't realise that Nicky is in fact a demi-human because he's very human-looking. And Irenes is like, well, I really need this song. And Nicky really wants to save Marbule. And yeah, Nicky has very quickly accepted that Fargo is his father. And despite the sage earlier talking about, oh my god, humans are so bad, he actually wanted to tear down the walls a long time ago. No one understands the pain and suffering he's going through. Oh, we understand it, alright. He's just not dealing with it very well. And it turns out certain demi-humans can understand feelings and emotions, which is rather cool. And the sage will indirectly teach Nicky the song. And it looks like Nicky wants to talk to us on his ship, so what should we do? Well, here's what we should do. We need to do something else. We need to head to the casino, first of all. And that is the inn. I keep forgetting the inn is downstairs, the casino is upstairs. Alright, let's head to the casino, see what's up. And it turns out now, Sneff can't stop winning. I wonder if Fargo's having a change of heart about Sneff. Probably. Or maybe not. We don't know how Fargo actually is on this ship. We're not going to talk to him either. We now need to head downstairs and go to the backstage of the magic show. So now that Sneff has paid off his debt to Fargo very quickly, may I add, Sneff is going to make his way off, and turns out in this world, Salt and Pepper had amnesia and had to wander their way off the island. And found their way into Sneff. You can't tell him to go on that diet. Being fat's part of his character arc. Yeah, so Sneff was always talking about getting out of here. Turns out he's got a bit of Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, but he can actually come off and on the ship whenever he wants. So, he's going to carry on mentoring Salt and Pepper and Lankin Stout. On top of being a recruitable character, this is the only time you can recruit Sneff, by the way. After you do the, I believe after you do a certain side quest, he no longer becomes available. So we need to do this now. So, we recruit Sneff. We are not going to change our party. Sneff is yellow innate, another yellow innate character. All we've got at the moment is black, green and yellows. But yeah, good strength, terrible magic considering he's a magic user. But yeah, this is who we've got for now. Okay, with that done, I now want to go see Nicky on his ship to kick off something that is completely optional. You do not have to do this. Doing this actually makes something in the main quest a bit harder. However, I don't really care about that. Let's just do this. Doing this side quest actually means, let me explain something. So doing this side quest actually means you have to fight one extra boss later on in the story. So we're gonna hop on here. But it doesn't really matter. It's an easy enough boss. And you get some really cool plot. So, you know, it's worth it, in my opinion. Anyway, we want to come up here. I said I want to come up here and go in the door. Oh no, wrong room. Whoops. As I said, I only practiced this 5 times. I'm not even kidding. Okay, let's go in here. Bad day, bad day. It's all good. Okay, so we need to save Marbule with the song. You gotta be out of your mind. Nope, turns out he's completely serious despite the outfit and the hair. Okay, so there's monsters on the island and their only weakness is a song. I mean, isn't this just the plot of Mars Attacks? Where the alien's only weakness is opera? Of course we'll help you. Okay. Yeah, this is Mars Attacks, but on an archipelago. That's what's going on right now. So, turns out that this ship is chained to the Zelbess, and there's also a contract. And now, how to convince Farthgo to let us sing the song. We will need a certain someone. Let's see if you guys can figure it out. Who do we need to get to convince Fargo to unchain Nikki's ship? Who could it be? Anyway, Irenes will be like, or Irenes. I've always said Irenes because Irene is a name, and then, you know, you make it plural. And yes, we will have her join our party with her German accent. Irenes is actually... Oh, gosh, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to show Irenes off. I will actually do that once I get off the ship. Alright, time to go back. We've done everything we can in this particular side quest for now, but we are now locked into it, so we have to do it. There is no way around it. If you don't want to be locked into it, just simply don't do it. It's as simple as that, but you'll miss out on some cool things. I will tell you that right now. Okay, time to get off this ship and make our way to the gap in the Dead Sea / Sea of Eden. Okay, time to board the ship. Actually, it's a boat, isn't it, technically? Technically, it's a boat. Okay, so let me use the teleporter very quickly. I'm not going to change my party. I just want to show off Irenes. 19 magic, blue innate. Really good character. On par with another character we'll be picking up later. Keep in mind the magic number and keep an eye on it as well, because we might be putting her in our party depending on how that stack grows throughout. Sounds complicated, I know. So we're here at the Dead Sea, but what happens when we use the Fiddler Crab and what's waiting for us? You'll just have to find out in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, don't forget to leave a like on the video. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye bye!